Welcome to Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
First episode officially being recorded in 2018. Welcome to Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. We're recording live from a tavern. This is episode 36. Each week we are joined by awesome people from around Azeroth and beyond. And this week we are joined by Deceiverr and Lisia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Well, welcome to the show. And we're also joined in the chat room by people. We have Rooster and Ouro, so yeah. So
I only just registered that Rooster is a name referring to the animal. I was looking at it and I'm just like, what? So what's a rooster? I'm not kidding. I think I need more coffee. If Zortz is listening, I'd appreciate it if you could give me some of your extra coffee.
Yeah. Hey Zortz, Deceiverr needs coffee. So Deceiverr, since you're on coffee need, that's a bad transition. Very bad.
Yeah, that's not even worth a shot. It was so bad I'm going to pretend it didn't happen. Sorry, Rooster.
Yeah.
How was your past week?
Uneventful, but I've just been playing lots of cards.
Nice.
Basically, I'm boring as hell, to be honest.
I mean, I played cards. I like double rummy and stuff like that.
Rum. I've never actually played Rum. However, I've been playing an excess of poker and Scum.
Scum, is that like
BS?
Yeah.
No, it's a little bit different. So what it is you shuffle two decks together, you deal the whole thing out to whoever's playing, and it's kind of like Pasoi, if you've ever heard of that. The first person puts down a card, they can put down a pair, a single, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, however many they have of X card, and everyone else has to match that or do better when they put down their next cards, and it has to be the same single, pair, 4 of a kind, etc. And the goal is to get rid of all of your cards first. If you get rid of all of your cards last, first off, you get nicknamed Scum until you can get out of last place. And the order that you win actually matters, because the person in first place gets the 2 best cards from the person in last place, and gives the person in last place their 2 worst cards. Person in second place gives their 1 worst card to the person in third, and the person in third gives them their 1 best.
Interesting.
Or if you have 5 people, the second place would trade with fourth place, and third is a nice happy center place where you don't have to lose anything.
And Lisia.
Yes?
How have you been the past week?
Well, I've been fine. Just the other day, I got my legendary best in slot ring.
Nice.
It gives you, it's the one that gives you a free
Rats.
talent.
Oh.
So, yeah, so now I can do lock and load on my hunter without having to select that. So I can select what's actually the best in tier. I've been role-playing a lot with my RP tune. They're doing a project called Symphony of Silvermoon, which is basically a kind of like a political conspiracy kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And I've made a whole bunch of friends so far, so I love it.
Illuminati confirmed.
Exactly. I'm basically putting any RP stories I write. I've already got one up at Coren'dal.tumblr.com. I think I write pretty well, but, whatever. Let me see. Our raid team came off holiday hiatus. We did a full clear of normal and Taurus, and we'll go back to heroic on Sunday. So that was very exciting. In real life, I had a dress rehearsal for our Dorchestra, WMGSO. We're performing at MagFest, which is a really big gaming con, this Saturday. So we're all going to get very cold. And that's pretty much my week.
Nice. And I'll have a link to to your stories in the show notes, because that's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and I should put a link into WMGR. Are they still doing the Kickstarter?
I think it's still on. I think it's on till after MagFest, so probably till like Monday.
They're doing an album that's coming out. Is it this May?
I think we're recording it in May. It'll probably be out in June.
Nice. I like using the RP to play out stories.
Oh, I love to write, and I love this character, so I'm having a ton of fun with him. He's a little bit over the top, but that's on purpose. He's a blood elf.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, I don't think I have to say
Over
anything.
the top how?
Okay, so his name is Bloodrose. All right, so right there, you know, right?
Yep, that right there already says a lot.
but I basically named him that because I wanted there to be an obvious, marker for this character can do romantic RP. And that's a very, romantic in the sense of, a novel, not in the sense of, romance. It's your typical gothic RP name.
Makes sense.
Nice. And you also had RP in the latest Rating with Lisia. It's episode 54, I think.
Yeah, I was talking a lot about that. And I was also RPing on Lisia, which was a lot of fun. I did something with another guild. So
nice. For me, I didn't get Grumpus or Globe Yeti. I was trying for Grumpus every day. Globe Yeti, whenever I went there, people were camping it. So I didn't even stick around to try the tactic. But maybe next year.
How do you get Grumpus? I always forget.
It's a drop off of the Savage Gift.
Yes.
I gotta check rarity.
And the Globe Yeti is at the Snow Globe in Ironforge and Orgrimmar. And then I got the Horde and Alliance versions of the Hearthstation because I saw that they were different toys, but that they counted toward your toy box collection. So I picked those up because I do have a Horde Rogue that I'm leveling, and Deceiverr is excited on that, I think.
That all depends on what server it's on.
You won't like this then. It's on Boulder Fist with Blood of the Scribe.
I'm not gonna lose my shit. I'm not gonna kill anyone. Not gonna lose my shit. Not gonna kill anyone. I'm not killing anyone.
Whoa!
Wow.
All joking aside, I really don't give a rat's ass about the server.
Hey, but if you have a Alliance tune on Khadgar, Rooster's giving away a Coalfist Grondling mount. You have to be on Khadgar US to get it.
Fat lot of good that'll do me. That's like one of the few mounts I do have. That sucks. Whenever there's giveaways, it's always for like the one mount that I do have.
Yeah, for me, it's the wrong server.
I know the pain.
And I enjoyed New Year's with family. The coolest thing was my nephew is 12, and he produces Minecraft Let's Play videos. So it was a lot of fun just watching him play Minecraft, record these videos. He actually was in this podcast studio. It's just a spare bedroom, but he was in here recording because he needed a quiet place when they were over on Saturday. So it was just fun, again, to see him become a YouTuber, a creative person. And it's just like, wow. I wish I had the technology at his age to do that.
Yeah, I gotta say, that is pretty cool of him.
And he was doing it all on the Kindle.
You can record your screen on the Kindle?
Yeah, there's an app he uses. I forget which one it is. It's not able to record his game sound, so he just does commentary.
And I'm assuming probably edits in some music.
He's not even doing that part. He's been experimenting with it on a computer, but he's having issues with the video rendering. He's learning the fun of video editing and software. But we'll see where it goes. And again, I think it's amazing that he's fostering a love for the arts and stuff like that. And now this next one, I've played the game Farkle with my family. That was an amazing game. If you haven't played it, it's a game where you take a barrel and you have dice in it, and then you roll, and there's like all these rules. It's kind of like poker. Like,
does it include gambling?
Not really. Well, actually, kind of.
Damn it! I heard dice and I got excited that there might be gambling.
No money involved, but you risk it. So like you have to get 500 points to begin with, and like different arrangements of dice are worth it. Then after that, you roll, and if you get points, you can keep rolling for more. But if you roll and you don't get any points, you lose everything on your turn. Actually, a very interesting game. It was a lot of fun. We were just laughing. Then I was working on Warlords of Draenor content and World Quest. I'm almost exalted with Army of Light and Argustian Reach. So 2 reps required for the Alliance Allied races. One of the fun things when I was doing LFR Wing 3 is I finally learned that there's the LFR determination buff. I did not know about that. And let me tell you, on Coven, it really helped. That one got stacked up to 5 on the Coven because we kept dying and kept dying. But apparently it keeps stacking up to 10, and it gets added after you wipe after 3 minutes on any boss, and it goes away after beating the boss. But it's just like, smart move by Blizzard. I mean, make LFR a little less boring. I mean, so not boring, but
boring. You mean
painful.
Less of a pain.
Yeah, less of a pain during times.
Yeah, I think the highest that a group that I was in ever got it before I just lost my patience and left was 7.
Yeah, this group was getting pretty high on the stack. I was listening to a podcast while I was rolling, so it was like, okay, we died. Like, I had the repair mount, so I just repaired every so often. Oh, the funniest story, I was trying out the Heart Station toy, because sometimes in raids I like to pull out toys. Well, I pulled out the Heart Station, not realizing it puts you into a vehicle. So I'm like, I can't move. The fight's starting. And I finally realized, oh, I'm in a vehicle type thing, because apparently that's more than just being laid out. It also lets you do things. So when I finally got out of the vehicle, like found the button to end my turn, I somehow was not fully inside the raid circle, so I was outside the wall. So I watched a whole poll go with me, like just standing there going dee 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 dee.
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
I was just cheering on my team as they all died. Like, way to go.
Good job being useful, Frasley. Good job. How did you not get kicked? That's all I want to know.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm just sitting here like, please don't notice me sitting right here. Please don't notice me sitting right here. And I'm like, oh, good. They finally didn't. They didn't notice me, but it was just one of those, I'm just going to sit right here. Hope they don't see me. And yeah, nobody saw me. And then finally I've been watching Black Mirror. It's a messed up show. I mean, it is one of those, everything always goes wrong.
Like a series of unfortunate events, but not for children?
Exactly. Oh, and this is, especially season 4, is definitely not for children. I won't go into specifics, but there are scenes I'm like, this is why this is on Netflix and not on TV. The show itself is interesting because it brings up some interesting perspectives on our use of technology, our dependence on it. It's actually a show I think, if you're an adult, you should definitely watch, just because it makes you think about things. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything in the show, and you can watch any episode out of order from any season. Just pick the ones that seem interesting and then kind of watch the different ones. Finally, I am excited that they just announced that Theories of Unfortunate Events Season 2 comes out the end of March, so right after my birthday. So I'm excited.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously, yeah.
They're going to do a Season 2? I didn't even know that they were. It ended, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of an obnoxious cliffhanger. This sucks.
Yeah. From what I understand, they're actually going to do all of the seasons, so I'm excited.
How many seasons would there be?
Depending on how many they do, because they're kind of doing 2 episodes per book. Depending on how many they do in season 2, this probably one more season after this, maybe like a wrap up. And
how many books are there?
7, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this next one's doing my favorite book. It's the Ersatz Elevator, the Penthouse book. I mean, if you haven't read the book, I definitely recommend picking it up. And the audiobooks are actually really well done. A lot of them are narrated by Tim Curry, who is one of my favorite actors. I mean, he just...
Hey there, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello?
Yeah, and like everything Tim Curry does has so much passion. Like, he was like doing one of these, he's singing one of the songs from one of the episodes, or one of the books, and he's just giving it all he has. I'm like, this person, he always puts his all into his characters.
That's not how I would have put him, but that's because I don't know much about him. I just would have based him exclusively from Pennywise and say the dude's a creep. That's because I know absolutely nothing about him as a person. So I'm just kind of relying on that performance to figure out.
I have not watched either It's, so I can't tell you on that.
I have not seen the new one, but I have seen large chunks of the old one, but still not the whole old one.
He was in Muppets Treasure Island. He was in that one. I'm trying to think of what else he's won. If you go to his website, he's actually been in quite a few movies and quite a few TV shows. There were some of these I didn't even know that it was him. I mean, like, oh, it was that person. I mean, it's one of those actors. Like, did you know Alec Baldwin is actually, there's a movie, it's a Christmas movie that Alec Baldwin is the dad in. and we were just looking at it like,
because I want to sound like I know things, I'm going to say, yes, I knew that, even though no idea what you're talking about.
yeah, that works.
Because I want to sound smart.
Then actually, that's a good bad transition. So speaking of sounding smart,
Shot.
where's my shot?
Don't you dare do the breaking shot glass, Frasley.
Okay.
Don't do it.
There you go.
All right, I'm okay with that one. Just the breaking one, it just seems a little excessive, and it seems like a waste of a shot glass.
I know, but sometimes I just misplace it, and I'm holding the shot glass, and all of a sudden...
Frasley, since you... Oh, hell, man. From the guy who doesn't curse, you sure are an alcoholic. If you're drunk enough to constantly be misplacing them and miss the bar...
Yeah, I know. I got to work on that.
You're an awful example for children.
Well, I'm not encouraging children to...
Oh! What did you say to the little gnome?
If you're going to call him a gnome, you do realize you're encouraging me to be even harsher, right?
Okay, if you want to talk about children, look on Twitch at my shirt.
And I have no idea what your shirt is.
Okay, it's the shirt Chucky and Rugrats wears.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never actually watched Rugrats much. It was one of the ones that, as a little kid, I'd see one episode, I'd think, oh, this is funny. Then I'd see the rest, and I'd be like, oh, God, this is awful. Why did I like this?
Oh, you just insulted Rugrats, one of my favorite shows.
Yes. Well, no, I'm not insulting the show. I just personally did not like it. I didn't like most things as a little kid.
Okay.
I was honestly kind of a picky douche. Well, I wasn't a douche about it, but I was a really picky kid. Most things that I'd see that were meant for children, I'd look at it and I'd go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Because part of that has to do with just my brain.
I'm going to move this on to the main topic. Just some speculation. Massively OP has said in one of their articles that community consensus is that 7.3.5 launches before 121. I must be missing something.
I agree. Well, it's probably that 77-day thing.
Okay.
Although I haven't counted the days, but that's probably what it is.
And that would explain the 121. Well, then I'm excited because I can get into all stuff coming up in WoW. I want to touch on that real fast. Biggest thing is Call of the Scarab is coming up.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to miss it because of school.
Call of the Scarab, January 21 to 23rd. And then past that, there's some other stuff. Which, interesting on that, 7.3.5 is stuff for Call of the Scarab. So that would actually give a lot of credence to it launching before the 21st. LFR Wing 3 opens, Forbidden Descent. Have any of you delved into the Raid Finder or into the stuff that is covered under Forbidden Descent?
Nope.
Yeah, we've cleared normal. We've gotten, 3 or 4 bosses into heroic.
Nice.
Yeah, I hate that they release LFR so slowly, but I'm also not sure that I'm ever going to run this on LFR, or at least not, while it's current, because, oh my God, I hate LFR so bad.
Yeah, I can't say that I loved it when I ran it last night, it was Tuesday night, but when I ran it, because we were stuck on, I got in, and 2 bosses had already been defeated, so we were on the Coven, and while we were doing it, we kept wiping, and getting out the 5 stacks of determination. 5 or 6. It was pretty painful, but that's why I was listening to podcasts. I find that actually helps the time at LFR go faster. And Ouro makes a good point that it's Argus or Argus the Freshmaker. On episode 53, I think, he had an amazing song of episode 53 of Raiding with Leashes. Or Lisia. I'm sorry, Lisia.
It's Lisia, not leashes.
Is that a different thing? Oh yeah, Raiding with Leashes, isn't that an achievement?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a pun.
I figured it must be. That just seemed a little too close to be a coincidence.
Oh, good. Zealot gets my t-shirt. Thank you, Zealot.
Congratulations, Zealot. You're smarter than me.
What does your t-shirt say? I didn't look at it when I was...
It doesn't say anything.
It's the t-shirt Chucky wears in Rugrats.
Oh, okay. For a minute, I thought you were going to say the t-shirt Chucky wears in the Chucky doll movies, and I was going to scream.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that like that Chucky?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my frickin' God.
I hated those movies.
That Chucky is my best friend.
When I was 5 and 6, I would go to these Halloween parties with my parents, and I would watch TV. No one ever thought about what I was watching, so I watched all the Chucky movies. Oh, the nightmares. Oh, the nightmares.
Oh, Frasley, I feel like that has something to do with how easily scared you are now.
I think it does.
You were scarred as a child.
Yeah, thank you, Chucky.
Good job, Frasley. Good job.
I want to move into 7.3.5 data mining stuff, just because I find this stuff fascinating. So character creation and unlock scenario cutscenes are in the latest build. And Wildhead has data mined the actual cutscenes. I'm not going to discuss specifics, as I have not watched them, and I don't want to spoil them. I just find it so interesting that in 7.3.5, we have so much.
I'm disappointed that I'm not getting my Zandalari.
Before BFA?
Yeah. Like, even the Dark Irons, like, between all of the allied races, the two that I was looking forward to the most were the Zandalari and the Dark Irons. So this is just ridiculously disappointing that I don't get them early.
Elves! Elves for the win!
Elves? Screw elves. No, elves are okay. I want to be harsh, but I got nothing against elves. My first character was a blood elf.
According to Wildhead today, Emissaries and Orgrimmar and Stormwind PTR let you see info on the faction's allied races via a banner. So far, they only listed Void Elves and Lightforged Draenei on the Alliance, High Mountain Tauren. Maybe this is just what they're getting in. But it is very interesting that the embassies already have banners, and we have cutscenes. They also have racial traits, and allied race music are also in the latest PTR build. I am on the hype train that we're going to be getting all this stuff early.
Give me my damn Zandalari.
You may be getting it.
That's true. It is pretty early right now. It may not necessarily be in 7.3.5 that I get them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they let people who pre-purchase get early access to them in the main pre-patch.
I just have to ask why they already have it already in. I mean, are they trying to get the models ready or test them out? Or are they going to be giving us perks? Or, here's an interesting idea. What if 7.3.5 is pre-patch, and then we're getting 8.0 on launch? Very, very intriguing. And Wildhead has updated their attunement tracker. I'm exalted with Nightfallen and High Mountain on Frasley. Don't know if this will translate though, since Fraz is Alliance. But some people on Twitter were saying that it might. So if it unlocks, then I'm good to go for pretty much all the well, I haven't checked the dwarves and all that, but I'm good to go on a lot of the main races. I just need to get exalted with the two, and I'm working on those as the World Quest emissaries come up. So what do you think on the 7.3.5 and just all the content being in?
Well, I think I've already made my stance clear. I don't care. I want my Zandalari.
I want my Zandalari.
Nice.
What she said. I want my Zandalari. I've been waiting for Zandalari to be in the game for so long.
So it's going to be exciting to watch if we get these and all that. So I'm looking forward to it. And then sitting animations for Druid Lunar Wing flight form. I don't know why I added this to the agenda.
No, it's kind of cool. What they've done is they didn't have a sitting or landing animation for it before, even though it has feet. You know, like Alar and the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix, you can get, as a guild thing. They don't have feet. So, it's fine that they just hover. But the Lunar Wing has feet, and yet it can't land or sit.
Ah, okay. So this is Blizzard doing quality of life changes.
Right, exactly. Because there are a lot of people who hated that thing because it wouldn't land. And, personally, I love it. But, there are people who had issues with it.
Nice.
I'll admit it's a little funky looking. I prefer my regular flight form. Both on my troll, at least, my bat version and my sentinel version. It seems a little over the top for the druid flight forms.
I need to work on my druids. I'm going to be working on them once 7.3.5 comes out, because I've always wanted to be a druid.
In real life or in game or both?
In game.
I was going to say, real life, I'm pretty sure you can do that if you just get some ratty leather robes and never shave. Oh, and live in the forest.
Okay. So I've got one of 3.
Which one is that?
Well, I do shave.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused, because I thought you shaved. I was not aware that you either lived in the forest or have ratty leather robes. I get to validly say that I never shave, and that's just because I'm genuinely too lazy.
Not shaving, not showering, not getting a job.
Okay, piss off. I shower.
Okay.
I will stand by the I don't shave, though, because I am I don't see a point.
Yeah.
I'll trim it a little bit if it's getting uneven, just for the sake of I don't want to look like a complete moron all the time. Part of the time is okay, just not all the time. But other than that, I'm gonna minimal effort.
Okay.
Is the name of the game. Minimal effort.
Nice. Being a minimalist this year.
Oh no, I'm just minimal effort all the time. Although technically I'm not lazy, I'm energy efficient. And if you think I'm just making up some bullshit, I have a shirt that says it, so it's true.
I have never heard of it. I like that. Energy efficient. And Activision, interesting thing has come up that they are apparently making Activision games for the Switch. Now, it could just be Call of Duty, but we don't know if it could be more than that. I have something that I heard from Toasty on All Things Azeroth, and I was like...
Probably also Diablo and Overwatch. I'm just going to say that right now.
Oh...
Because those are both console available. And if they're doing Call of Duty, I see no reason why they wouldn't also do Overwatch or Destiny, because they're also both first-person shooters. And Diablo is a console game, and if they're for the Switch, if they did Skyrim, I see no reason why... Or if Bethesda did Skyrim for the Switch, then I see no reason why Blizzard and Activision wouldn't try and put Diablo onto the Switch.
I could see myself getting a Switch if Blizzard games came to it.
Actually, if you guys want to get on a plane and run out to MagFest, you can enter a raffle for a Switch because we're giving one away at MagFest.
Well, thank you, everybody, for the show. I will be back.
Yeah.
Bye. Good riddance. Never come back.
Ow!
Hey, now.
Oh, I'm still looking forward to the final thoughts of the episode now.
Uh-oh. I feel like... Let me just check the agenda. I'm not getting kicked off permanently, am I?
Not this episode.
Final thoughts. Okay, good. I'm safe for now.
For now.
I was going to say, I mean, last I checked, there was no vote yet.
Not yet.
And let's not go into detail about that, because I want to keep that one more or less a surprise until it happens.
Wait, it's something I'm not aware of?
No, you're aware of it, but I don't want to go into it because I'm keeping it as vague as possible, so that way I don't accidentally say anything that I might not want to mention.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
We can discuss it without Lisia after the
Discuss it
podcast.
without me?
Without you. Sorry, this one's kind of a secret, and I'm going to keep it that way.
I remember this now.
I understand. That's fine. I don't mind it all.
Okay, cry away. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, wow.
I mean, go for it. No, cry when you're upset about something. Crying makes you feel better. That's just a fact.
I can't quite cry.
Oh, sounds like a you problem.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I know. It didn't sound like a very sincere cry anyways. No, I'm not buying it.
Oh, man.
Not buying it at all. I feel like Frasley could do a more convincing fake cry.
Oh my god.
I rescind the previous statement.
He sounds like a little girl.
He sounds like a little kid who hasn't quite learned how to laugh.
Well, I mean, I am
But
wearing
is trying as hard as he
Chucky
can.
shirt, so.
Oh my god.
Wrong Chucky.
Wait. You mean Chucky the doll cried and had feelings and emotions other than kill?
Kill is an emotion.
True!
Or did my therapist lie to me? I mean, what? You didn't hear that.
Nope, I didn't hear it. And
Feel free to bleep it.
moving on.
I have a therapist, so...
Frazzlecast is my therapy.
Ay, yikes. I'm so sorry, Frasley. I didn't realize you were that poor. I'll donate money to your cause immediately.
Oh, thank you.
I would not recommend this as therapy to anyone.
Yeah.
It's great, it's funny, but it is probably the worst possible therapy, especially when I'm here.
No comment.
Although I suppose if someone were logical, they could probably just say, boy, I'm glad I'm not Deceiverr. It's nice knowing that I'm not going to be having some cynical, douchey outlook on the world.
Yes, absolutely.
People can just feel better about themselves.
See? Frazzlecast makes people feel better since 1996.
1996.
I was just thinking of a random year.
There's two things wrong with that. For one, you're You were 6 then. 2, I wasn't born yet.
Well, I was making people feel better since I was 6.
Jeez, that must have been pretty miserable. I mean, what?
And I find this one interesting from a MMO comparison standpoint. ESO announced today that they are adding a transmog system in their next update in February. And one of my friends actually, they're claiming they're going to go to ESO from WoW, but there are no armor limitations. So like cloth wearers can kind of wear anything. I can see an issue with that from like lore and class fantasy, but
yeah, it takes away from it a lot.
Yeah,
because as much as I hate the fact that I can't use plate items on my warlock, because just some of the plate items would actually look perfect on my warlock, I get that it doesn't fit the class fantasy. And if I were wearing plate on my warlock, I'd still feel like something was horribly wrong.
The only thing that I wish Blizzard would change would be that if you get an item, no matter what it is, and no matter if you can or can't equip it, just give us the appearance. I mean, that part just makes me a little frustrated.
Yeah, it's a little annoying because I'll be farming for the warlock sets on my warlock. I'll get the paladin set, so I'll go on my paladin thinking, oh, hey, this is what wants to drop today. Then I get the warlock sets, and I'm like, the hell? And because they're on different factions, and most of the items are bind on pickup, I can't trade it across, so it's like, oh, hey, yeah, I have the item I want, but yeah, no, Blizzard's like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, the Fun Police.
Well, actually, yeah, Fun Police is an appropriate nickname. After all, they did put May into Overwatch.
I don't get that.
She freezes you in place for a prolonged period of time, and it's rather annoying.
Oh, yeah.
I hate May, because you don't even have to be good at May.
That's cold to say.
Stop
really? You're going to make a cold joke?
Oh, my God.
Frazzly, you need to be removed from your own podcast.
Uh-oh.
I agree.
Oh, no.
I'll take over. I'll keep the name Frazzlecast. I'll keep all the same guests, but Frazzly is permanently banned.
Oh, no.
And here's the thing, Frazzly, I would be able to take over because I've been part of the podcast for so long now. I just kind of know how you run things.
That is true. Wow.
I would be able to very easily take over.
That's scared. It would only be a short time before I could be replaced.
There would be no time. It would be instantaneous.
That short, huh?
I don't really think of instantaneous as short. I just think of it as its own entity. But I suppose it is instant, or it is short.
It was a gnome pun.
Fuck. Zorts, where's the coffee?
When you need him, Zorts is there, but he drinks the coffee.
Really? When I need him, he's there? I needed him like, what, half an hour ago? Yeah, 45 minutes ago. Still no coffee.
He drank it on the way over. I mean, he needed the coffee too.
Zorts, you rat bastard. After I get Frazzly, you're next. I mean, what? I totally don't have violent tendencies, I swear. Or at least that's what my therapist told me to tell people.
So I've got 2 things on the agenda just because they are geeky things. Hulu is creating new episodes of Animaniacs. So that could be good or bad.
I feel like it's probably just going to be neutral. I always thought the show was okay. It was a little overly goofy at points. And all I'm going to say is they made a joke about Prince that they really shouldn't have made.
Well, I mean, Animaniacs like to push the line. I mean, not in a Ren and Stimpy Rocko's Modern Life pushing the line, but they did push the line. I mean,
well, if you want good pushing the line, watch South Park, Family Guy, that sort of stuff. That's what you get if you want pushing the line.
No, I think that's like the line and then jumping all the way over.
Actually, that's not even really what it is. It's taking the line, painting over it, and then drawing a dick on it.
Fair point.
And then crossing it.
Yeah.
Just to add insult to injury, you cross it.
Yes. And with Hulu's streaming deal, according to The Verge, it also includes all episodes of Pinky and the Brain, Pinky, Elmira and the Brain, and the Tiny Toon Adventures.
Pinky, Elmira and the Brain? Really? That's a thing?
Yeah, it was apparently a short-lived show back when they were trying to do spinoffs.
I don't even know. I think I know who Pinky and the Brain are.
Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other.
Is the Brain some strange mouse rat creature with an obnoxiously large head, and then the other one has a tiny head?
Yes.
Okay, at least I've heard of it and seen it. It's a start.
Maybe you might want to watch Animaniacs. It's on Hulu now. Or I think.
No, I've seen Animaniacs. Was Pinky and the Brain like a special thing that was part of it?
Yeah, it started as a segment on Animaniacs. Then I think it went to its own TV show. Then they had the spinoff Pinky, Elmira and the Brain. Because Elmira was the one with like Skullhead and stuff like that. And then Tiny Toon Adventures was also one. It was Looney Tunes, but tiny.
Oh, yeah, like the baby Looney Tunes, that one?
Yeah. Not quite baby, but like kids.
Kids. Wasn't Looney Tunes already for kids?
Well, it was, but I mean, they were the actual kids. Like they were learning and stuff like that.
Oh.
If you talk about babies,
yeah,
Muppet Babies was babies. That was in the 80s.
Well, I remember there was like the little kid, like where the Looney Tunes were actually like tiny children. I do remember that. It was so-so. It wasn't as good as the original Looney Tunes, but I don't think any cartoon's ever actually been as good as the original Looney Tunes.
No, I would agree on that. And I don't see Freakazoid in the mix. I'm not sure if that's coming over, because that was another one that was created around the time of Animaniacs. Steven Spielberg did a lot of like cartoons when he was in the 90s.
That reminds me of the epic rap battle, Spielberg versus Hitchcock.
Well, I gotta watch that.
Have you seen it?
No, I said that's why I gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, it's really clever. It's really clever. Do you want any spoilers on what happens in it or no?
No, because I'll watch that later on.
All right.
One thing I do want to touch on in the show is the swatting incident, because I think it is important.
Which one?
The one that happened just recently, where the person was, I think they were a Twitch gamer. If I'm, because I'm trying to remember
which one. Again, you're gonna have to be specific. I can think of at least 5 people. I don't know them by name, but like I've seen stories about at least 5 Twitch streamers getting swatted while they were live.
The one that happened this past week, it was in Kansas City.
Okay, thank you for cutting it down more, and I have not heard about that one.
Somebody was swatted, and through different things, the individual who was swatted got killed, and
Oof.
And that's why I'm not bringing up about the specifics of the case itself, but I want people to remember there is a person on the other side of the avatar. Any of us, there is a human being with feelings on the other side, and things online can get heated. I mean, I've got to know that people online. I mean, in games. I mean, it's just that can happen. And for me, what I find best for myself to do is to step away for a bit, calm down, and when I do that, I think of it in a more level-headed way. And somebody actually got killed because of an action of somebody else.
2 things in response to that. First off, whoever decided it was a good idea to swat someone, I hope they got arrested.
I think they did.
Last I checked, swatting is illegal.
It is.
Anyone who feels the need to do that because they got really, really pissed off about what someone on the other side of the screen said, forget stepping back. Think about this. If you're getting that kind of upset that you feel you want to bring literal harm on someone else over something in a video game, then maybe you shouldn't be playing these games. And maybe you shouldn't be communicating with people online if you're legitimately going to get that pissed off. If you're doing it where you're just getting angry as a joke and it's just part of joking around with some friends, whatever. But if you're legitimately getting angry enough where you're going to call the cops and get someone swatted, just get offline, stop playing these games, get yourself some help, and I hope that's enough to perhaps improve your mental state and your view on life. Because something is wrong if you feel the need to do that. You genuinely need help.
Well, and swatting takes up resources as well. It costs money for that.
It's a waste of tax dollars.
Yeah, and again, and in this case, somebody died. I mean, so it's all of it is just a very bad situation, and that's why I wanted to bring it up that actions can have real consequences, and they did in this case.
I know some people think it's funny, like, oh, look at him, he got the cops called on him. What a loser. It's really not funny.
No.
Just imagine if you were the one getting swatted, you wouldn't be finding it so funny anymore.
No, for me, it would be terrifying. I mean, you're at a computer doing something, all of a sudden your door's broken down and stuff like that, and you're like, what'd I do? I remember the opening scene of Hackers. That's what I'm imagining in that situation. So yeah, again, I didn't mean to bring the show down. I just wanted to say, again, there's a very real consequences to actions that can happen in times when things get heated like that. So,
and that reminds me of another thing relating to this. If you're online, don't be giving out your personal information. That includes your real name, because that's enough for someone to find you and do this to you. Basically, only Frasley and Eric Gouder know my real name, and no one can guess anything more specific as to where I live, other than, oh, he lives in the third largest state in the country. Good luck finding him there.
Oh, Brewster added an even. Oh wow, I did not realize this part. Player A called a SWAT on player B. Player B gave a wrong address, so somebody who was not even related to the situation got killed.
Yikes.
Yeah. So again, actions have consequences, and just like I said, I'm not trying to be like the dad on the podcast. Like, I understand things can get heated and stuff like that. So let's move into another topic,
please.
As I said earlier, Brewster has a spare Coalfist Gronling mount. So if you don't have it and you want, get in touch with him on Twitter. It's Roundbound, but his Twitter is Rooster_IRL. So here we go. Let's get into the surprise from Ouro.
What's the prize?
Prize?
Yes. So Ouro sent me something.
Oh, the surprise. Okay. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
No.
I'm kind of afraid, to be honest.
You should be.
Is this about him? Is this like him dissing me in a rap or something? Is this the thing?
Dissing you? Who would ever diss you, Deceiverr?
Gee, I wonder who would. I literally cannot count on my fingers how many people not only would want to insult me, but probably hate me.
Aww.
Just as on January 4th, 871, Ethelred of Wessex was demolished by the invading Danes, so too will Deceiverr be wrecked by my rap. And if he is struck blind by my assault, well, good luck for him, because it is also World Braille Day.
Okay, now I'm not scared anymore. I'm kind of excited to hear this. This sounds like it's going to be funny.
Oh, it is.
Like, I'll be the first one to insult myself, so I'm looking forward to this. I might have some new material.
Here we go.
DECEIVE. RR dog, why'd you mess with me? Oh, whoops, my bad, I forgot the underscore. Closest you ever gonna get to a score. Too lazy to take a shower, oh my god. Homie, you be smelling like a big dirt clod. Night elves on my left and dwarves on my right. You got greens versus zombies, this isn't much of a fight, cause I'm bigger, badder, baller, and smell better. You're a war chief, nah dog, I don't sweater. Red team blows, that's the scenario. Maybe you better change your game to Super Mario. Get dunked. Hey, did you hear? It's winter veil, maybe ask Santa for some new chain mail, you'll still fail. I will prevail, Holmes, you're deader than a damn doornail. Cause I'm upscale, you best turn tail. Messing with me's grabbing the third rail. One more detail, your jokes are stale, and if you face me, then you're gonna quail. Here lies Deceiverr, he never scored. Just like everybody in his whole damn horde. Now that I'm done putting you in compliance, alls I got to say is for the Alliance! Where my Worgen at?
Fantastic!
Where my gnomes at?
Hooray!
Where my Draenei at?
Woo!
Oh yeah, man. Prophet Velen in the house.
I foresaw this.
Running a warframe all over your sad shit. Ouro out.
Well, that deserves an air horn.
Okay, so 2 things. Frasley, shut the hell up. Get your air horn shit out of here. You have now been upgraded from top 10 favorite people to top 5 favorite people. That was awesome. Frasley, I said get your air horn shit out of here. Hey, Ouro, if you could make one about Frasley next, that'd be great.
What'd I do?
Your air horn shit.
What? You mean like this?
Yeah, dude, Ouro, that was amazing. I was expecting it to be like some garbage rap that I usually end up hearing the one time that I turn on the radio and then decide never again. But that was actually pretty good. I liked that. That was really clever.
I've got another thing to play, so here we go.
Hold up. Hey, all my warganu be thinking we soft. We don't play. Gonna rock it till the wheels come off. Hold up. Hey, all the Tauren who be acting too bold, take a seat. I hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, run raids every day.
That's not what I do every day, especially now that things have changed in California, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Ouro, that was an amazing... Both of those were amazing.
Yeah, I feel like we should allow him to talk. After doing that, he's earned being a guest on this episode.
Thank you. I like my work.
I was expecting it to be some stupid crap, but it was honestly amazing.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed making it.
I'm sure you did. I especially liked the song you started with, because I love the music from the Troll Zones.
Yes.
So great lyrics and a musical choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think you made that in December, I think.
Yeah, he expected it, I think, to be Winter Veil still when it was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you made me, Frasley, you made me wait this long to hear it. You deprived me of that glory for multiple weeks. You fiend! Jesus Christ, that is the worst evil laugh I've ever heard.
Hey, so I'm falling short.
Yeah, very, very short. Damn gnome. Ouro, you're going to need to make one of him now, though.
What did I do?
You're a gnome.
Since it is the first episode of 2018, I wanted to kind of propose a challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, if you are willing to share, what is something you want to achieve for 2018? It can be game-related or real-life related. It has to be a positive personal victory.
Oh, it has to be positive?
Or at least a personal victory. If you can get me a negative personal victory, go right ahead.
Being even crueler about gnome jokes.
Okay.
And getting more creative about them.
I am going to get a druid to 110.
I want to work on doing more steps. I know, Fastly, you've been inviting me to Goal Day, and when I haven't accepted, it's been because I've been working from home those days, and it's very unlikely that I'm going to get out and walk, honestly. But I want to make that my goal. I want to start at 5,000 and work myself up to 10,000. So that's my thing that I intend to do this year.
Nice. I like that. And Ouro, do you have one that is more PG than what you posted in chat?
Probably finally leveling my Warlock to max. And, well, I mean, we'll probably be in Legion for most of this year, if not all of it. So getting the Mage Tower appearances.
Nice. Well, with that, it is time for the end of the show. Today went a little bit faster because there was not as much WoW news and stuff like that. But we still had a pretty good amount of stuff, and we talked about different things. And I think Ouro clobbered Deceiverr.
Clobbered? I wouldn't really say that because that would really require me to have been offended, and I loved that.
That's awesome, because that's exactly the reaction I was hoping for.
Nice. So yeah, thank you all for coming tonight to Frazzlecast. Let's start down the list on where people can find you. Deceiverr, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Deceiverr with 2 R's _13. And I have it memorized now because I literally changed my name to the whole thing spelled out, underscore spelled out, all that fun shiz. And I have not changed it back either. So it's been like that for almost I think about a month now.
Nice.
And I guess technically on my more or less dead YouTube channel, Deceiverr13.
It just needs to be revived.
Well, I had a regular series going, but the problem is the person who was involved in it started a podcast and now no longer has any free time whatsoever for leveling.
I don't know who that could be.
I wonder who. I guess you can take that as anyone else wants to join and take Frasley's place. Feel free, because there's a big fat opening.
Oh,
I'm a gnome. I wasn't that big.
You were playing a Pandora, and I'm pretty sure that's a fat opening.
Okay, true point.
Yeah. I think I still have maybe one more episode of that to edit.
I know that feeling. My nephew can help you with that.
I just can't be bothered, to be honest. because I know that the series is dead because you don't have time. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I might once I get done with school in a year or two.
We can year 2.
I'm still working. I'm a junior. I'm working through it.
Junior? No, I'm a junior. High school junior. You're an old ass man.
Oh, ow! Hey, Sonny, careful what you're saying there.
Jeez, you're an old man who can't even do an old man voice.
Yeah.
What are you talking about there, Sonny? I can't hear you over the sound of my bowels.
What?
Bowels. Well, yeah, don't old people have issues with very inconsistent, unreliable bowels?
Oh, I thought you said balls.
Jesus Christ!
So, Lisia, where can we find you?
You can find me at Lisia Rates on Twitter, and Ouro is at Popecrunch on Twitter. Our show is at www.ratingwithlisia.com.
2 questions. 1, what is dub? 2, what is
www. Everybody uses that.
And that's the sound a woman makes when she's happy or experiencing pleasure. I understand that that's something you're not familiar with. See, you thought the dunks were done.
Oh my god. You need to come to my school and show my friends how it's done, because they have not been able to figure out how to do that.
Sick.
Oh, that was great.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Well played. Not
Thank
necessarily true, but well played.
Thank you.
I don't want to know
Is
more.
it true or not? We want to know. Inquiring minds and all that shit.
I'll save it for after the podcast. Like I said, I don't put personal stuff online. Remember?
Smart.
Here's the thing, though. Once you get to the point where you've got a professional career, you can't operate that way. I mean, like, I have a friend.
I'll find a way.
I have a friend who absolutely won't. Like, he won't use LinkedIn. He won't use Facebook. He won't use Google for anything. Like, he doesn't even have a Google Mail account. He won't use it for anything because he feels, it undermines his privacy. And he's right. But the thing is that he also doesn't get discovered by recruiters.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that, since I obviously would have to be putting some personal information online, I'll make sure that there is no possible way for anyone to connect this account and my Deceiverr stuff to my business stuff. So that way I would never have to worry about pissing someone off as Deceiverr and then getting swatted as me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to quote the great Jeff Goldblum. Hackers find a way.
Oh, my God.
Well, yeah, I would know. How do you think that I managed to get into your email, Frasley?
Oh, my God, I'm not hearing this. Do you know what I do for a living?
It probably wasn't hard. I mean, I hear his password is short.
Oh,
It is,
God.
actually. Just for the record, I have no idea what his password is.
And with that, you can find the show at frazzlecast.com. Get in touch with us. We love to hear from you. Until next week, be awesome.
And don't forget to buy Punty McGee's boots. Punting gnomes since 2004. Now steel-toed.
And remember to keep it unleashed.
Artifact weapons provide clue to expansion release date. It's the Overly Dramatic News. I'm Hunts the Wind. With the announcement in November that the next expansion would bring us back to our We Have Met the Enemy and It Is Us roots, speculation has been rampant over when our campaign on Argus would end. Many recall the way that previous expansions dragged on for longer than their content was designed, leading to flagging subscription numbers as people lost interest. While the exact date that our battle for Azeroth will commence remains a tightly guarded secret by Blizzard, an interesting tidbit of information recently emerged from an unexpected source: our artifact weapons. With the massive boosts to artifact power generation, more and more adventurers are hitting level 75 on all their weapons. This earns them the achievement Army of the Light at the end of the tunnel and a new hidden appearance. So far, doesn't sound that exciting, right? But what is interesting is that when this new appearance is equipped, zooming in on the weapon reveals a small label, and barely legible at highest zoom factor is our clue: best used before September 2018.
Broadcasting across all Azeroth, I'm Hunts the Wind. Check out the archives at overlydramaticnews.com or follow me on Twitter at Hunts the Wind.
Hi, my name is Joe Hogan, and I'm a geek. And if you're currently listening to this, there's a good chance you're a geek too. So check out my podcast, Geektitude. Each week, I talk with somebody about their geek aptitude. Sometimes I talk to people in a geeky profession. Sometimes it's someone doing something really cool with their geekiness. Often it's another geeky podcaster. But it's always someone who wants to share their inner geek. So join me each week as we come together to geek out about all the geeky stuff we love. And remember, this week, keep it geek.
Welcome to episode 20 of the Frazzle Report. This is the first episode of 2018. Today is Friday, January 5th. With 2018 upon us, it's time to look at what people in Azeroth will be doing in the next year. Khadgar is working on his comedy routine. He's looking to open a nightclub in Dalaran. He is hoping that the nightclub will open Dalaran up to be brought in as the main hub for later on in Battle for Azeroth and or future expansions. The Broken Isle populations are looking at continuing their efforts to make the Isles alt-friendly, something that some players have been asking for since Legion launched. The flight whistle is rumored to have a 30-second cooldown at some point. Emissaries in the Isles are building up their resources to allow for their emissary chests to be passed out in abundance in Battle for Azeroth. They are debating lowering the reputation requirements for the Paragon chests to incentivize people coming back to the Isles once the expansion launches. Some of the factions are considering putting in unobtainable mounts and collectibles into their emissary and Paragon chests. This idea is not likely to happen, as the Blizzard Fun Police called the factions to tell them that the factions did not have the authority to give out these items. The Stormheim boondoggle that we reported on in episode 2 is running into maintenance issues already. The Stormheim bypass walkway was not made properly and is already running into massive disrepair only 4 months later. The Zandalari trolls are currently getting things ready for the influx of new players. They are building a new welcome center to welcome the new Horde players. The welcome center will house an intro video every 30 minutes, along with diagrams and exhibits to teach arriving players about the history of this great continent. Should be fun for the whole family. Kulturos is not really doing a lot to prepare. And by the way, people have told us that we mispronounced it in episode 8, but I've heard the name both ways. Gamepedia told me it was Kulturos. Anyway, the island inhabitants of Kulturos are concerned about what the new players will do to their economy and the environmental impact. However, the people of this land are very easygoing. At least they will be until the players who arrive make them angry. Jaina's coffee shop, Pour More Coffee, which we discussed in episode 8, has been thriving just off the activity of the local population. Jaina is excited to see how business will pick up once the island is open to new visitors. The inhabitants of Teldrassil and the Undercity are very anxious right now. No details have emerged after the BlizzCon announcements as to what will happen. The cities are already experiencing people moving out of them in rapid succession. Dan Bell, Retail Archaeology, and other YouTubers have started visiting the cities to record their current state of economic decay, as well as the actual decay of the Undercity. Sylvanas and Anduin have not returned our calls. Rumors are that Sylvanas is enjoying riding around Azeroth in her Banshee form and cackling maniacally. Anduin is sitting at home watching old home videos of his time with his dad while eating ice cream. His favorite flavor is chocolate chip cookie dough fudge. Bane Bloodhoof comes over routinely to play Xbox games with them. Bane is very good at Overwatch. That about wraps it up for the major individuals. There are some we have missed. If you know of anything we missed, let us know, and I will include them in future episodes. Sargeras is up to many things, but we will report on him in later episodes. Oh, and Ava, the young woman who we reported in earlier episodes that disappeared with her pet mouse, has still not been seen. Please be on the lookout for her. Her parents are offering a reward of 25 Hearthstone packs. They like Hearthstone to anyone who can help find their daughter. This has been the Frazzle Report. I'm your lovable or puntable gnome Frazzly Sparks fan. You can find us at frazzlereport.com. Until next week, be awesome. Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.